lovelies, hi, Poulami here. Thanks for dropping in by my channel. So today the look that we are going to achieve is this particular uber glam, wearable and easy to achievable look, which is basically this one. This is going to just take like a few minutes of your life. It is so easy to achieve, and to achieve this particular look over here, what you need is to have like a neutral palette, or what you call like a everyday palette, or maybe what you call like a nude palette. If you have that, then you are all good to go. You just don't need like a lot of palette. You do not need to be a makeup pro, trust me, to achieve this look. You just don't need to have any experience with your makeup. So now, without any more wasting of your valuable time, I know we all are in rush, so yeah, let's dive into the video. So now, as you can see that I'm totally done with my base makeup, and I've also prepped and primed my eyelids. So I'll quickly go ahead and start on with my eye makeup. And to start on with my eye makeup, today we have someone special, someone very new, which is this one. It is the Morphe palette, which is known as the Morphe Truth or Dare palette, which is basically this one. I purchased it very recently. Since it got launched at Nykaa India, I thought like it's the best time to get my hands on it. So I got this one, and I got a few other products which I will be sharing with you in some other videos, and this video is not about that. So today I'm going to talk about this particular palette, and this is how the palette looks like. Oh my god, look at the color story. I know if you have been here in my channel for a long time, you know this is not my color, but I thought let's do something totally different, because a lot of you guys just like me doing neutral colors, pastel colors and nude shades, and I also love doing all these shades. So yeah, and I just thought of investing in a good palette like this so that I can, you know, give some more neutral and nude looks to you guys. So yeah, that's the reason I bought this palette. And today I'm just going to do some very simple glam look, and for that I'm only going to use this particular palette over here. So now let's start on with the very first color. So the very first color that I'm going to dig in right now is going to be this one over here, which is known as In the Puff, and this is how it looks like. I'm just going to take this shade onto my fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to start putting it onto my transition area. I will be concentrating the color onto the outer V corner, onto like this area. So yeah, I'm just going to take this shade onto a fluffy blending brush, and I am just going to start blending the shade. So as you can see that I'm pulling the shade onto like this area towards the outer corner of my eyes very beautifully, so that everything looks very seamlessly blended and diffused. So now as you can see that I'm done blending the shade which was known as In the Puff, I'm just going to go towards another shade, a shade which is a little darker than this particular brown shade. I'm just going to take this beautiful shade over here, which is basically this one. It is known as Revile. So I'm just going to take this particular shade over here, and I'm just going to put it onto like this area just below that dark light brown shade, onto like this area. And again I'm just going to follow the same motion of creating a outer V sort of a thingy onto like this area. So following that same shape, I'm just going to start blending this dark brown shade just below this light brown shade. So now at this point, when you can see that I'm done with that second shade, I'm just going to go towards another shade which is even darker than that second shade, and for that I think I'm going to go with this one over here, which is known as Tell All, which is basically this one over here. So I'm just going to take this beautiful shade over here, this dark shade over here, which is known as Tell All, and I'm just going to take this shade and I'm just going to start putting it onto like this tiny corner V portion of my eyes. I'm just not going to go overboard with this one, because these dark colors you can easily go wrong with them. So I'm just going to dig in a little at a time, and then I'm just going to put it onto like this area and slightly blend it. So as you can see, I've only dipped the brush once, and with the same pigment, with the same amount of shade, I'm just blending the shade so that it looks very nicely blended. and that is what I'm doing. I'm doing it in a small circular motion, tiny motions, and I think I'm like done with this particular shade right now. So now as you can see that I'm done with that dark brown shade onto like this area of my eyes. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my concealer and I'm just going to do a semi-cut crease onto like this portion of my eyes to clean this area up so that the colors that I put next are very prominent to the eyes. So yeah, I'm just going to take my concealer and I'm just going to quickly clean this area with my concealer. So now as you can see that I'm done with that small tiny cut crease onto like this area. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to go towards this beautiful shade over here, which is basically this one, and taking this beautiful shade onto my brush, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pat this shade onto this cut crease portion of my eyes. So now at this point, when you can see that I'm done putting on that shade onto like this cut crease portion of my eye, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go towards another shade, which is basically this one over here. So I'm just going to take this beautiful shade over here. So I'm just going to shade this portion of my eyes where the light shade is meeting the dark shade, and I'm just going to diffuse that marking so that it doesn't look harsh and unreal. So yeah, I'm just going to take that shade onto my brush and I'm just going to shade that area. So now at this point, when you can see that I'm done blending that area where the light shade was meeting the dark shade onto like this area. So when I'm done diffusing that area, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to go ahead and put on some liner, and for that today I'm using my L'Oreal Signature Matte Liner, which is in the shade Signature Brown or Brown Signature, which is basically this one. So I'm just going to use a brown liner and I'm just going to line this area of my eyes. You can definitely use like any black liner, but I thought of going on with a brown one so that you know the entire vibe of the look stays the same. So yeah, I'm just going to do that. So now at this point, I'm totally done with this particular eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go behind the camera, put on some falsies and some mascara, and I will be right back. So now as you can see that I'm back after putting on my falsies and completing the other eye. So this is how my makeup turned out to be. I'm super happy with how it turned out to be. And on my lips today, I'm wearing my Huda Beauty Liquid Matte Lipstick, which is basically this one. It is in the shade Bombshell, and I'm wearing this on my lips. And for my falsies today, I'm using these particular falsies which I have bought from Amazon. I will be linking everything down below in the description box, so do not forget to check that out. I'm super grateful and thankful to all of you for joining in this video, and if you guys have enjoyed watching this beautiful makeup tutorial, then do not forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel because it will mean a lot to me. I'll see you guys next week with yet another more interesting topic. Till then, take care, keep it glam, and love you all as always.